you guys. Welcome to what I think is gonna be the labor vlog.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it is currently 12:36 at night right now. My water broke about, I don't know, what, like an hour ago?
Hour or so, yeah.
Yeah, so my water broke about an hour ago. I feel fine, which is what's kind of weird. It's like on the couch, it's like, Steven!
You're like, what's happening?
I don't know, like, cause so many people, like my friends that have had kids and my mom and stuff, their water never broke, like until they were like at the hospital and stuff. So like I was kind of like expecting that it wasn't gonna really happen to me, but it was like literally like how it is in the movies, at least for me. So that happened, but I don't have any contractions or anything yet. I feel fine. So I called the doctor, spoke to them a little bit, and they basically said to chill at home for now, because I don't really want to go to the hospital right now, especially when I don't have contractions, because like, why sit there for longer than we have to? So we're gonna attempt to get some sleep.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, because it's like almost 1 a.m. So they're like, oh yeah, we'll go to sleep. I'm like, am I really gonna get any sleep? But at least I can like be in our own bed and like relax for a little bit. Yeah. And then they said to head there within the next 6 hours, just so they can check and make sure everything's okay. I guess because once your water breaks, even if you're not having contractions, they still want you to go within 6 hours of it happening. So we're gonna get a little bit of sleep. I guess head to the hospital.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Oh my God, I'm excited, nervous, so many things.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Same, we'll get through it.
Yes, we're just excited. Once he's out, I'll feel so much better. A little nervous at the moment, but
Okay.
yeah, I think everything's gonna be okay, so we'll keep you guys updated. Good morning, you guys. It is just after 5:15 a.m. We are about to head to the hospital. I still feel okay. I feel crampy, but nothing like that I can't handle or anything like that, so I feel like the contractions didn't really start yet. So yeah, but the doctors just want me to come in because it's been within 4 to 6 hours, I guess, from when the water broke, to make sure that everything is okay. So we're gonna head out to the hospital now. My mom's gonna come get Prince in a little bit, and we'll see where the day takes us. Hello, you guys. So it is now, do we know what time it is? Like 12. Yeah. I feel like it's such a time warp in here. Let me see. It's like 12:51 in the afternoon. I am feeling good. I got Steven here with me.
What's up, guys?
We just got some food in. Trying to eat before like contractions and stuff will like get worse, because I haven't eaten since yesterday, like dinner yesterday. So I wanted to eat a little something, because I think once you're like, you know, really in like active labor, they're not gonna let you eat, obviously. I feel good. Obviously when the contractions come, they hurt. Right now it's manageable. I'm okay. I haven't gotten any pain medication or anything, but I will when I need it. And then we're kind of just waiting right now to see what happens and how we progress. So yeah, it's just kind of like a hurry up and wait. That's what the nurse said, and I was like, oh, that's actually really smart. So everything is going good. I feel okay, and we're just hanging in there. We're a little tired because we didn't really sleep at all last night, so we've been trying to like doze on and off between like doctors and the nurses and stuff coming in, but as of right now, we're just hanging out. I got like an egg kind of scramble thing. It actually looks really good. You had like Taylor ham, egg, and cheese?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Yeah, we can't complain. This room is like really big. There's a tub and everything in here. I'm like, wow. Nowhere for Steven to sleep. I feel bad. He just has this chair.
That's fine.
I thought there was gonna be like a bed or something, but we're managing.
Reclines pretty flat.
Yeah. I just got some waters. Ooh, applesauce. Love that. Literally the least flattering angle possible, but this is what we're working with right now with the camera. Let's see how hospital food is. I've never had it in my life.
Sandwich wasn't that bad.
Yeah, Steven already ate his sandwich. His came first. I was like, okay, yeah, don't worry about me, I'm fine. I've never been a patient in a hospital before, like stayed in a hospital, so. Cheers. Oh, it's good. I literally just got like eggs with cheese, pepper, and like some bacon. Like a little omelet. Pretty dang good if you ask me. As the last meal, I guess. Last meal before baby. So I probably won't eat again after this. You think? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, one more time.
It's hard to tell because we don't know like how fast this is gonna progress. They basically, I don't know if you guys can hear, it's pretty loud, but they're tracking like his heart rate, I think my heart rate, and then my contractions like on this machine here. So they're tracking the contractions for now, seeing how dilated I get, and like see, because it's not progressing like super fast, obviously, because I didn't have any contractions before my water broke. So right now it's kind of just a waiting game. But yeah, we'll keep you guys updated.
Hey everybody, just checking in.
Hello. Oh my God, this angle is like. God. You guys. I'm at 9 centimeters dilated now, so we're just trying to get me to 10 centimeters because baby boy, my water broke, but he doesn't really want to come out, so they've been using Pitocin, which has helped to kind of speed things up a little bit, but I've been having that for about 24 hours now. But we made it to 9 centimeters dilated. You have to be 10 to start pushing, so I should start pushing hopefully soon. And yeah, I'm not in pain, so I can't ask for anything more. I'm tired. I feel like because my body's going through a lot, but I can't really feel it. So I'm just trying to like wake myself up and get energized to be able to, you know, push. Because I think the last time I ate was like
24 hours ago.
Yeah, a little over that now at this point.
Yeah.
And I can't really drink water either. My mouth is so thirsty.
Dry.
Yeah, it's just like you feel so thirsty, but I'm not dehydrated because they pump you with fluids like the whole time, so I know I'm not actually dehydrated. Your mouth is just so dry. But I took like a big gulp of water before and it came flying back out, so we're not doing that again. But yeah, wish me luck. Next time I see you guys, I will hopefully have a little baby.
I'm not gonna let him go, but I want you guys to just use back a little bit and come right in here.
Hi guys, how are you? Oh my goodness, I feel like I have not talked to you guys in a billion days, and like the last time I talked to you, everything was so different. It is probably like 4 days since I've spoken to you guys. We're still at the hospital, but I'm pretty sure we are leaving today, which I'm so excited for. We're so excited to be able to go home and just like be in our own environment. We haven't really vlogged the last couple of days because they have been so hectic. I am gonna sit down and do like a birth story and explain to you guys everything that kind of went on, because the actual labor and delivery process was so different than what I had anticipated or like thought that it was going to be. Obviously I'm a first time mom, so I don't know what to expect. And it did certainly not go to plan, but the only important thing is that my son is here, he's healthy, he's coming home with us today. He's perfect in every single way, and that's all that I could ask for. So I'm so excited and just can't wait to be able to bring him home with Stephen and get him to meet Princey and like everything. We just can't wait. But he's perfect. Everything is good. The delivery was definitely really crazy, which again, I feel like once I get home and can like collect my thoughts, I will talk to you guys and let you know, for those that are interested, basically what happened. But the end result is what we wanted, of course, which is a healthy baby boy, which is what we got. So we're gonna get ready. I'm just getting together my stuff. I showered for like literally the first time. I can't wait to shower though once we're home, you know, because it's not the same as like in this hospital bathroom. But yeah, so I will see you guys in a little bit. Who's that? Who is that? Who is that? Who is it? Is that your brother? I've been telling you you're gonna get a brother. I've been telling you. Hello, you guys. Oh my goodness. I feel like I haven't talked to you in a while. We have been home from the hospital for about a week now. Also, I dyed my hair darker this morning. What do we think? I have to see it like once I do my makeup. I was just sick and tired of like my roots growing in, so I kind of like brought my roots down and made it a bit darker. Like it came out darker than I like even thought it was going to, but I'm kind of vibing with it. I have to see again once like my makeup and everything is all done. But that's when my hair might look a little different to y'all. But I wanted to tell you guys my birth story. So I wanted to wait a little bit because I'm sure you guys saw, if you watched the rest of the vlog, which I'm assuming you have if you've gotten to this point, we kind of stopped vlogging like after the first like, I don't know, maybe day and a half, because everything was like going fine until it wasn't. And then for lack of a better term, like all hell broke loose. Literally every single thing that could have went wrong did go wrong. Nothing went to plan. And listen, I don't want to scare anybody. I'm here, I'm healthy, I'm fine. My son is perfect. Everybody is okay. So in the end, ultimately, that's all that matters. But definitely things got a little crazy. And so I feel like I owe you guys like an explanation of, you know, the birth story and what all happened. And I'm just gonna do my makeup and get ready with y'all Dad is downstairs with Carter hanging out. So mom gets a little time to do her makeup and talk with her friends. But honestly, the first week has been absolutely amazing. Like I could not ask for a better baby. I feel like he's so good and we've just transitioned so well. Like now that we're home, I feel so much better. But I'm just gonna start from the very beginning with the birth. So basically Carter's due date, which if you didn't see it, like I announced his name on Instagram and then I put it also, you know, earlier in this vlog, but we named him Carter Christopher. My dad's name is Christopher, so that's his middle name after my dad. And we did Carter for his first name. We just really loved that name. So that's my son's name, but his due date was Monday, August 5th. But I thought for sure that he was going to be late because people always say like with your first baby, they're always gonna be late. Like you're gonna go 41 weeks, you're gonna need to get induced, like all this stuff. So actually I had an induction date set already for when I was like 41 and a half weeks. We had to set it up like with the hospital because my OB recommended that because they said also typically first time pregnancies, first time moms, whatever, end up going late. So on the Saturday before his due date, my water ended up breaking. But at first I didn't realize that my water was breaking. I was literally in Target, walking around in Target like I always do. I'm like, of all places for this to happen, it's kind of funny that it was there. And I was in there because like the due date was approaching. So I was getting like some little diapers and stuff, like some last minute things that I wanted to have at the house. But like I literally thought that I peed myself and I was kind of like, wait, what's going on? And like ran to the front of the store because I was all the way in the back of the store and in the front of the store is where the restrooms were. And I was kind of like, okay, I don't know what's happening. So at first I was kind of like, I'm not sure if my water broke, but something's going on. So I'm gonna go home. So we get in the car, we go home. And then a couple hours later at home was like, you know, how you see it in the movies. And I was like, okay, this is definitely my water breaking. And my doctor had told me previously, call us if your water breaks or call us when your contractions are 5 minutes apart. So for me, I did not have any signs of labor whatsoever at all. No contractions, at least nothing of note. But since my water definitely did break, I gave the doctor's office a call and I was like, hey, listen, like my water broke, but I don't have any contractions or anything else. So like, I'm not gonna come to the hospital right now because I didn't want to be at the hospital for like a super extended long period of time if I didn't have to. Like my plan was to hopefully be able to labor at home for a bit and then head to the hospital once I was getting like more dilated and more pain and all that kind of stuff. And so I called my doctor and I said this and they were kind of like, listen, like the max we can give you is 6 hours, which I didn't realize that, but they were basically like, once your water breaks, you're at a heightened risk for infection. So the maximum that you can wait to come to the hospital is 6 hours. But if you want to wait 6 hours, see if your contractions progress at home, do that, but we need to see you within the next 6. So I was kind of like, okay, at this point it was really late at night. Like 11 p.m. So they told me like try and get some sleep. I obviously did not sleep at all, but we kind of waited it out at home. I was able to at least sit in my own bed, whatever. The 6 hours came, we headed to the hospital, even though I still was not having significant contractions, which you guys saw earlier in the vlog. When I got to the hospital, I was at about 3 centimeters dilated. And so I actually thought they were gonna send me home. Like that's what I was hoping. And they were like, no, you can't go home. Like you have to stay because your water broke. And I was like, right. So I've admitted to the hospital, 3 centimeters dilated. They won't let me go home. And basically you have to be at 10 centimeters dilated to like, you know, push a baby out. So I knew that it was gonna be a while, but they pretty much immediately wanted to start me on Pitocin, which is basically an induction. This was something that I did not want to do if I didn't have to because I had heard really bad things about like Pitocin and being induced in general, just that it makes your contractions a whole lot more painful because it's basically like forcing you to go into labor instead of your body naturally doing it. It's like a medication they give you and apparently makes the contractions a lot worse and more painful, whatever. So I was kind of like, listen, can we like give me like an hour or two and let's see if my body naturally progresses without having to like induce me. And they were like, okay, like we'll give you like 2 hours and that's it basically. Like I'm like bartering with the doctor, but she was like, okay, let's see if you naturally will progress. Cause I literally just got to the hospital. So 2 hours go by, I think I progressed a little bit, but I was still at only like 4 centimeters dilated. So the doctor was like, listen, we're gonna have to start the Pitocin and start the induction. So I was like, okay, because at this point I wanted to make sure there was no risk to my son. I wanted him to be safe. So I didn't care if I had to go through like extra pain to get him out. I was like, whatever, okay, let's go, let's do it. So she starts the Pitocin. They start you off on like the smallest dose and then gradually throughout the day, they'll start increasing it. So the induction took a very long time. Again, I didn't know what to expect. Like I didn't know if I was just gonna progress like 10 centimeters dilated and have these crazy contractions within like an hour or it was gonna take a longer time. I guess everybody's different in how they respond to the medication, but it pretty much was going on all day long. So at this point I had been in the hospital for 24 hours. And I had reached, I believe, 8 or 9 centimeters dilated at this point. Which again, you have to get to 10 to start pushing. So I was getting very close to
actually pushing in labor. So I had already had the epidural at this point. I really was not in significant pain, which at this point I was still vlogging with you guys and stuff. And I'm mentally trying to prepare myself, to get ready to start pushing, give birth, whatever. And a doctor comes into my room and is like, we're gonna have to stop your induction. And I was like, what? Like at first I thought, I was like, am I like dreaming? Because again, it's like the middle of the night. I'm like so groggy. And I was like, wait, what do you mean? And he was basically like, there are too many emergency labors going on right now. And I guess they didn't have enough doctors to deliver the babies. They're like, we need to stop anybody that's on like a high risk medication or whatever, which Pitocin is considered, I guess, because they couldn't have me go into labor and then not have a doctor to deliver the baby basically. So as I'm like about to hopefully get to the point where I'm gonna start pushing, they have to stop the induction. So that was definitely something that I didn't expect, and definitely probably not something that's very normal, but I guess, you can't go into labor if nobody can deliver your child. So yeah, that happened. I was kind of just like, you don't get a choice in that. Like they're kind of just like, we're telling you that we're stopping the induction. So I'm like, okay. They stopped the induction. I don't really know how many hours went by. I want to say it was maybe 5 or 6, but at this point, like my judge of time and everything was difficult, but this was like in the middle of the night and we didn't restart the induction till the next morning. So it was quite a few hours that went by until they restarted the induction. So they start giving me the Pitocin again now for a second time. And basically at that point, this was pretty much the point when we stopped vlogging, because this was when everything pretty much became bad. I don't know if it was stopping the induction and then restarting the induction, if it was a combination of just now at this point I had had the epidural for so long, but the next day when they had restarted the Pitocin, I was in way more pain than I was in the day before. The upper part of my stomach was like no longer numb like at all, and I could completely feel like everything going on up there, and was in a lot of pain. And as well as in my back, was in a ton of pain. I'm pretty sure I was in back labor, like his face, I don't know if you want them to be face down or face up, but he was like the opposite basically of what you want. Like his head was down, but his face was in the wrong position, which makes you go into back labor, which is a bit more painful, I guess. I don't know, but I was in a lot of pain during the second induction. Like the epidural was not working in the way it was the day before. And they had asked me like if I wanted the anesthesiologist to come back in and like basically, I guess, redo the epidural or give more of the medicine, I guess, to me or whatever. But at this point, like I just wanted to focus on getting the baby out. I was like, I don't even care. Let's just get this baby out of here. So we didn't do that because I didn't want anything to like, again, prolong this process. Because it had already been so long. So again, this goes on for like an entire day. I'm in a lot of pain. And now at this point I had been in the hospital for about 48 hours. And I had gotten to 9.5 centimeters dilated. There was like one part, I guess, of like my cervix, I think, that was like not moving over or whatever, like that was stopping me from getting to that 10 centimeters dilated. And I was at 9.5 centimeters dilated for a couple of hours. And at this point my body was pushing. Which I wasn't even trying to do it. My body was just naturally doing it, like trying to push this baby out. Like I was actively not trying to like push, and my body was literally like just like convulsing into the push. It was a very weird like experience, but like I couldn't stop that. And the nurse did say that that's like relatively normal, I guess, relatively speaking, with like everything else that kind of had been going on. So at this point, the doctor came in, and this wasn't even like my normal doctor. It was a doctor I had never met before. She was a very nice lady, but she was basically like, we're going to need to do a C-section because it's been over 48 hours since your water broke. This baby is not coming out, and we're gonna need to do a C-section to get him out. And I was like, oh my goodness. Because again, now I had been in regular labor for like 48 hours. I'm so tired. I have not eaten. I have not slept in literally days. And now I'm getting a C-section. And I know, like everyone always says, like C-sections, the recovery is a lot worse than a regular delivery. And I had never thought that I was going to have a C-section. Because again, a lot of times if you get a C-section, you know it beforehand because your child may be breech, like, which means their head isn't down or there's a reason why, and you would have scheduled it beforehand and known, hey, I'm going in on this date at this time to get a C-section. And if I had to do that, I feel like I would have felt better about it. I would have had more time to like research it and stuff. But because he was head down and everything pointed to being able to have a regular delivery, I had no real knowledge of like a C-section or anything like that because I hadn't looked it up. But at this point, she's like, we have to do a C-section because we got to get him out. And so obviously my only concern was making sure that my son was safe and came out when he needed to. So I was just like, okay, you know, I'm not gonna be like, no, like, let me wait a little bit longer. Like my only concern at that point was my son and making sure that, you know, everything was okay with him. So after that, everything happened super fast. And then once I actually started the C-section, I literally want to say it took like 15 minutes. It was very, very fast. I didn't feel anything during the C-section, which was very good because I was in so much pain before. And then I guess whatever they give you for the C-section made that pain go away too. And I just didn't like have any feeling basically in the lower part of my body, but you are awake during it. But I was so like out of it. I just feel like I had been through so much in the past 2 days or so that it was just like a very like out of body experience almost. But the only thing that I heard them say during the C-section was, oh my God, we're gonna have to make this incision bigger. This is a big baby. I'm like, oh my God. Cause I never had a growth scan throughout my pregnancy. I know that's like a thing that other people do. I had asked my doctor about it and they were like, we don't really do that unless there's a reason for us to like want you to do that, because I guess a lot of times it's not really accurate. So I had no idea like what size my son was. Like I never got any sort of indication. And he ended up being 9 pounds and 2 ounces and 21.25 inches. So he's super long and super big for a baby. He's like in the 96, 97 percentile or something like that, which I did not know. I thought actually he was gonna be on the smaller side because I didn't really get like a larger bump till the very end of my pregnancy. So I was very surprised to hear that, which was probably part of the reason why he didn't wanna come out. But also after I had the C-section, the doctor spoke to me and basically said that he was never gonna come out naturally because of the way that he was positioned. I guess he wasn't like going through straight or something like that. Like, so I was gonna have to have a C-section regardless. So in the end, I was gonna end up with a C-section anyways. It just would have been a little bit better if I didn't go through the 2 days prior that, but it is what it is. So we do the C-section. My son comes out, he's perfect, he's healthy. Everything, which was great, best day of my life. I was so relieved, so happy that just like he was okay. He finally came out, you know, everything like that. They sew me back up. We move up to, you know, the mother baby kind of part of the hospital. And we had a great first night, actually. He was born at night, like 9 p.m. So maybe after, you know, trying to come out for that long, like he was tired because he actually slept. Like the first night I was like, wait, I thought babies don't sleep. Like it was, we all were able to get some sleep. So I cannot complain. You know, we had a great first night. I still have like a lot of the medication and stuff in me. So I don't feel any pain or anything at this point. And I'm good. Now, the next day rolls around, still feeling okay. Our families came, they got to meet him and stuff like that. I was feeling like a little bit sore, but I was all right. It was on the second day after the C-section when I really was like, ooh, wow, like I'm actually like in a lot of pain. Now, I've spoken to other people who have gotten C-sections, and I think every hospital may do this a little bit differently, but the one that I went to does not actually give you like pain medication. I think if I would have like pressed for it, they would have given it to me. If I would have asked for like some sort of like significant medication for the pain, but they just gave Tylenol and Advil to manage the pain. And I was definitely in a lot of pain. And I don't want to scare anybody by this because now that I've been home for a week, I feel a world's better, but I was not prepared for like C-section recovery. Again, maybe had I known I was having a C-section and I was able to do more research, it would have been different, but I was not prepared for like the toll that it was going to take on my body. And I think it was a mix too of not only the C-section, but also the really long labor that I had before that. Like my body just kind of went through it. So I was definitely in a lot of pain. Like I could barely get out of bed by myself, which was very scary. I've never had any sort of like surgery or anything before. So it was just not something that I expected. But the reason why I wanted to even talk about this is to anybody that may end up having to go through a similar situation, whether you know you're gonna have a C-section or not. Because at first I was like, am I ever gonna get better? Like this is really bad, but you really, really will. So I wanna like give that silver lining. Truly, like those first few days were pretty bad, but I really feel a world's better now. Of course, it's gonna take time. Like I think typically it's like 6 weeks or so for like a full recovery, but after that first week, you really will feel better. So I want to like say that for anybody who also is maybe gonna end up having a C-section. Don't let that first couple days scare you, because I certainly was very scared and was like, whoa, what is happening? Because it's like you just had a major surgery and your body is in a lot of pain, but you also have a little baby that you want so badly to like take care of. But I was like, I can't even get out of this bed. Like they had him in like a bassinet in our room and I couldn't even pick him up out of the bassinet. Like that's how bad the pain was. And so that mentally was just really hard. Like I didn't even care about the physical pain, but I'm like, I want to hold my son and not be in pain, you know? But thankfully, again, like I said, it's a very short-lived sort of thing and you're going to get better. So I don't want to scare anybody. I wanted to give like a more realistic account, because I feel like if somebody would have told me like, listen, these first couple of days are gonna be bad, but then all of a sudden you're really gonna start to feel better, because that really is truly how it happened for me. I would have felt a lot better in the beginning. So that's what I wanna relay to you guys, that it's gonna be okay. And yeah, so that all happened. We had to stay at the hospital for a couple days, I guess just because when you have a C-section, they do make you stay for a little bit longer. But once we were finally able to go home, it got a lot better. I started to feel a lot better, and we have just been adjusting really, really nicely. It's just been like the best time. Like, I just love it so much. So far, I really, really love being a mom. And I was nervous because I've never spent a lot of time around children. Like, not nervous that I wouldn't like being a mom, but just nervous that I wouldn't know what to do, because I'm an only child, Steven's an only child. Neither of us have spent a lot of time around babies or children, but truly, like, you just like get this instinct and you just know what to do. I don't know how else to describe it. And a lot of you guys told me that too, but it really is like a natural thing. And so, yeah, I kind of just wanted to like tell the story. A lot went wrong during my birth. Like, it certainly was not the birth that I anticipated or had imagined or planned for, but in the end, it doesn't matter, because like, I'm healthy and safe, my son is healthy and safe, and everything is okay. And even so, if it's not this perfect birth where, you know, you push for 10 minutes and your baby comes out perfect and everything is great, like, it's gonna be okay and everything's gonna be fine. And yeah, that's kind of like the message that I wanted to like portray. But that is my birth story. I feel like I blabbed on for so long, but it was like a lot of little details to the story, a lot of little twists and turns. I am gonna finish up my makeup and then I will show you guys the completed look. Okay guys, just finished up my makeup. So let's see how it looks with the hair. I feel like it's gonna take a little while to like grow on me because it seems so dark. I know it's really not, but I feel like I'm liking it. We'll see. You know, I can always change it back. That's why we didn't do anything too drastic, because she was like, I know you're gonna come here in like 2 weeks and be like, I hate it, and I can change it back. So she was like, I don't wanna go too crazy, and you know, she knows me well, but I do actually kind of like it. I feel like it's a vibe for fall and like new mommy life, you know? But that is my birth story. This is the labor and delivery vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye.